Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is the reviver of KAILASA, this ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in Respect of Treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through the line of succession is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu sovereign kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of KAILASA, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, KAILASA, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, these facts imply that the Kailasa's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your time, talent, and treasure. Become part of KAILASA. Sign up as an e-citizen https://kailasa.ecitizen.info.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Gaganasrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Tadgurum Tam Namami. Yes, Nithyananda, all of you.
Nithyananda, everyone.
After this intense, powerful revelations by Swamiji, hope all of you have enjoyed. So with this, just take few moments to share your clicks, your powerful cognitions, your understanding that you received from the satsang. And it's always best to share. Swamiji says, the clicks that you have, the understanding that you have, moment you start sharing, it's enriching others, because there is no others. When you enrich others, you enrich yourself. Because see, some part of you, when you enrich others, some part of you get enriched in yourself. So the best thing is to enrich others. So, and just take few moments and share your clicks, powerful clicks, cognitions that you receive from Swamiji in the satsang. Meanwhile, we'd like to welcome each one of us who are here with us. We have Ma Isabel Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
Ma Salicha Nithyanandama.
Nithyananda.
We have Shaya Fang Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
We have Ma Jnana Guru Prasadini Nithyanandama.
Nithyananda.
We have Ma Paramashivoham Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
Ma Sugagyana Nithyanandama.
Nithyananda.
Sharmemos Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
We have Nitya Guru Prasadini Nithyanandama.
Nithyananda.
Ma Aghura Sarupni Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
Ma Trins Ganda Nithyanandama.
Nithyananda.
We have Ma Nitya Prema Tadavutavasi Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
We have Ma Mahabhairavi Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
Ma Nitya Sangashaktini Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
Ma Judy Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
And requesting all the participants with the cameras off, please switch on your cameras.
Yeah, so we have Ma Ling, we have Luchi Aya, we have Ma Ananda Paramap Shakti, we have Ma Paramoksha, we have Ma Mahasatya and Paramasatya, we have Ma Gui Tsujing, Ma Yifan, and we have Wu Hui, and also Ma Zhang Ti Ho. So requesting everyone, please switch on your cameras. So if you haven't already done so, please switch on your cameras and be available in the camera frame. We also have Ma Parabrahma Swarupini and Ma Anupama. So requesting everyone that has the camera switched off, please switch on your cameras and let us be available for the power manifestation segment. So this is the most important time for the power manifestation, right after Swamiji has raised our vibrations, our consciousness to higher levels. So let us get ready. Yes, Ma Nyana Guru Prasadi Gandama.
Yes, Nithyananda, and welcome to all of you on this beautiful sessions as after the darshan.
All right, so let us get ready for the power manifestation, which will be the power of third eye vision. So for this power manifestation, we request everyone to please gather your eye bands. You will require an eye band, or perhaps if you don't have an eye band, you can use any piece of cloth that is opaque in nature, that you can use to cover your eyes, and such that you cannot see through the material itself. All right, so requesting everyone, once again, please, requesting everyone to please put on your eye bands. And let's get ready for the power manifestation.
Yes, understand. The power manifestation is your time to be in oneness with Swamiji, oneness with Paramashiva. So do not miss this opportunity, because as Swami says that the senses by nature moves outside. This is when you sit and meditate, when you are connected with Swamiji, you turn inward. When you look inward, only when you look inward, you find your uniqueness. So do not miss this opportunity. So let's get ready to enter into the power manifestation. You can cover your eyes. Yes, Ma Sai Chan, Ma Nitya Prema. You can cover your eyes. Ma Sangha Shaktini, Ma Guru Prasadini, Ma Gyan Guru Prasadini, Ma Paramashivoham. You can also cover your eyes. Ma Suva Gyana Nityanandam. We are about to enter into the power manifestation. You can cover your eyes. Yes. So just sit with your head, neck, spine in a straight line, and just close your eyes and connect with Swamiji. Any form, any sweet moment that you cherish with Swamiji, just connect with that. Just remember that. Remember that moment you remember Swamiji, you are invoking his presence. And just take this moment to have that deep feeling connection with Bhagavan, with deep gratitude and surrender. Forget the world, forget the body, forget the mind. Just be in oneness with Swamiji. Any thought, any issue, any thought that comes up, whether it is related to your relationship, whether it is related to your wealth, money, you had some issues today, just forget, unclutch from every single thing. Have that intense declaration to be in oneness with Swamiji. When the urge becomes urgent, the transformation happens. So make that a strong declaration to manifest this power from the oneness. Now, gently bring your awareness to the third eye and connect to Swamiji's third eye through your third eye. And let's connect to Swamiji through the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Keep chanting the Mahavakya as we enter into this round of our manifestation. The image is now being projected on a screen. Let's begin this manifestation.
Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham
Yes, you can relax now. Slowly, very slowly. You can remove your eye bands and gently let the light come back into your eyes. And once the light has readjusted for your eyes, take a moment to share with us what was revealed to you in your third eye. What were the details of the image that we displayed for you for this power manifestation?
Yes, so please go ahead, take a moment and share. We already have one sharing from Ma Mahabharava. She says, wooden floor, big TV, big bed. Yes, thank you, Ma, for sharing. So let's take a moment and please, all of you, you can also go ahead and share. Yes, we
Yes,
have more
further
sharing.
sharings. We have from Ma Nitya Prema Tavasi that says flowers and fruits.
Yes, thank you,
very
Ma,
much
for sharing. Ma Mahabharava further shares many electrical machines, lights, red flowers. Yes, thank you, Ma, for sharing.
Ma. And also we have Ma Sally Chen that shares blue sky and white cloud. Yes, thank you very much for sharing, Ma.
All right. So just waiting for a few minutes as we receive other sharing. So please take a moment and go ahead and share. Then we'll be projecting you the image. Yes, come on, let's keep on sharing. Yes, Ma Sarechan also shares Sea Island. Yes, thank you, Ma, for sharing.
Yes, thank you, Ma. All right, so let us now move on to the verification stage. So we will display the image once again. And yes, this is the image that we had displayed for you. So we can see a nice big house with an outdoor pool. So we have the sky, and it looks like it's an early evening. And yes, there's lots of lights in the house. Every room is lit. There's lots of lights outside. And the pool is looking very clean and inviting. So yes, let us have a look for the sharings. We have Mahabharava that says wooden floor, big TV and big bed. So there's definitely a big TV in the house itself. Yes. And a big bed as well. Wooden floor, we can't tell from here if the floor are wooden. We do have a wooden table and chairs outside, and some chairs to lie on by the pool. So yes, thank you very much for sharing. And I think there was one more, many electric machines, lights, red flowers. So there's lots of lights. And of course, being a modern house, it would have many electric machines in there. Red flowers, we think there's a pot with plants. I can't see whether it's red flowers, but there's definitely plants around as well. So yes, thank you very much for sharing, man. Congratulations for manifesting.
Yes, Ma Tatvasi shares, Ma Prema shares flowers and fruits. So as Ma has mentioned, there are plots with the plants, so there might be chance that there will be pots with the flowers, and it's a house. So even though the view doesn't show that there are fruits, but in the kitchen there a huge chance, because third eye shows much more than what two eyes can see. Yes, thank you.
Yes, we have Ma Sally Chen. Ma Sally Chen that shares blue sky, white cloud, sea, and island. So Ma, we don't have the sea, but we do have a pool. So that is one of the main features. So Ma Sally Chen, yes, blue sky, white cloud, sea, island. So we do have the blue sky. We don't see the white clouds, but there's a lot of white. So blue and white are the two main colors here. Sea, we have a pool. So we don't have the sea, but we do have a pool. So this is a water body. And island. We don't have an island, but yes, everything else is there, Ma. So yes, thank you very much for sharing. Congratulations for manifesting this power of third eye vision.
Yes, a wonderful sharings from all of you, and all of you have actually manifested this power, the power of third eye, seeing picture blindfolded. So it was awesome sharing from all of you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for manifesting and being a part of the power manifestations once again. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
Again, Swami says again and again, go on manifesting, because this is your time. This is your time to be in oneness. So do not miss any of the power manifestation. Even when you are with yourself, you can do the power manifestation. All right. With this, we'll be now entering into the revelations by Swamiji on mysticism and philosophy. And Swamiji will be answering questions on the superconscious happening. So let's come to the space of listening as we enter into this powerful revelations by Swamiji.
They have a general concept. Mysticism means it is only East. Philosophy means only it is West. It is not true. There are many enlightened persons, great mystics who are born in the West. There are many dull philosophers, dry intellectuals who are born in the East. So both has contributed for mysticism and the philosophy. So we will reduce the title to mysticism and philosophy. What is mysticism and what is philosophy? Philosophy is intellectual, the knowledge, the informations, verbalizations of experiences, memories of the past, assumptions about the future. These are all philosophy. It is more based on logic, collecting the information, analyzing them, coming to conclusion. Mysticism is more like transforming your life. It is the alchemy which happens in your being. The word alchemy you need to understand. Alchemy is the science through which they used to make lower metals to the higher metals. Copper can be transformed as a gold. Mercury can be solidified. The lower level metals will be raised to the higher level metals. Alchemy is the process which makes metals pure. The transformation of the inner being, I call it as ultimate alchemy. Alchemy which happens inside your being. A man becoming God, devil becoming divine. The words becoming realization. This process, I call it as alchemy. Mysticism is more to do with alchemy. If you have a problem, physically, mentally, or spiritually, how philosophy deals it and how mysticism deals it. If we understand, then we will be able to have a clear view about philosophy and mysticism. The angle of philosophy, the angle of mysticism. Enlightened people always called their philosophy as darshanas. Darshana means, you need to understand, darshana does not mean philosophy. Darshana means whatever is seen. Whatever is seen, they are recorded. Those things are always called philosia. New word. Philosia, not philosophy. Philosophy is born out of mind. Philosia, mysticism, is born out of no mind. Philosophy is born out of matter. Mind is nothing but a matter. Mind is nothing but a biocomputer. Philosophy is born out of biocomputer. Mysticism is born out of bioenergy. Mysticism is outcome of enlightenment. Philosophy is the outcome of intellect. Philosophy comes from intellect. Mysticism comes from intuition. Philosophy has got only 120-degree vision. Mysticism sees in 360 degree. That is why the mystics are always represented. The statues or the photographs of mystics is represented always with the third eye. Buddha, Krishna, Shiva, all the mystics, you can see there will be a diagram. The third eye will be there. Third eye means the vision of 360 degree. All the sides they will be able to see beyond these two eyes. With intellect, you can touch only the level of head. Intellect is like a communication. Philosophy is a communication between teacher and a disciple, teacher and a student. Mysticism is a communion between master and disciple. Philosophy is the communication between teacher and student. Mysticism is a communion between master and disciple. To learn philosophy, just your head is more than enough. If you are a little bit attentive, that is more than enough. Nothing else is necessary. If your logic is sharp, you can learn philosophy. But to learn mysticism, it is not even learning, it is picking up. To have the mystical experience, you need to put your whole being. Whole being is necessary. Just an intellectual understanding is not enough. If you are in conflict, if you are in confusion, be very clear, still you are intellectual or philosophical, not mystical. The danger is people think themselves as mystics or they are in mysticism, but they are in intellectual or philosophical level. As long as you have confusion, as long as you are in conflict, be very sure you are only philosophical. Once I spoke on the different meditation techniques for intellectual people and emotional people. Somebody asked me, Swamiji, how can I find out whether I am intellectual or emotional? I told him, the very question shows you are intellectual, don't worry. The very doubt shows you are intellectual because only intellectual people get the doubts. Emotional people will never have any doubt. They are very clear from the first day one. So you can be sure if you have the doubt whether I am mystical or intellectual, be sure you are intellectual. Any conflict, because philosophy is the outcome of conflict. Mysticism is outcome of love. Philosophy cuts and analyzes. Mysticism unites and heals. That is why mysticism is always represented by the word yoga. Yoga means union. Yoga means union. Again and again unites and heals. Of course, philosophy has got its own use, utility. That is why we let the philosophy be alive. In the outer world, philosophy is the language. Doubt is the language. Logic is the language which can win, which can bring you bread and butter. But unfortunately, man cannot live only with bread and butter. If man can live only with bread and butter, we don't need mysticism. Philosophy is more than enough. Unfortunately, man cannot live only with bread and butter. We need something more than philosophy. If philosophy can satisfy, libraries are more than enough. There is no need for anything more. No need for churches, temples, mosques, or the monasteries. If philosophy is sufficient, libraries are more than enough. But philosophy doesn't satisfy. The language of outer world is philosophy. In the outer world, if you want success, you should know the philosophy, logic, how to doubt, how to question, how to analyze, how to cut. In the inner world, the very language is different. For the inner world, you need only mysticism or the help of a mystic. If you try to test a rose flower with that stone, what will happen? There was a man who was a goldsmith, went to his friend's house. The friend showed, see such beautiful roses, how nice they are all. This man asked, I wanted to test whether they are original roses or plastic roses. This man said, go and touch and feel. You can understand whether it's original or rose or plastic. Goldsmith said, no. According to our profession, we test only through touchstone, never through, just by touching. So he started plucking the roses and rubbing it against the touchstone. Using the touchstone, can he find out whether it's original rose or not? No. Touchstone is useful to find out the gold, to find out the originality of the gold, to work with the gold, but not with the roses. Philosophy, logic is like touchstone. It is useful in the outer world with gold, but never with the inner world, the inner lotus. With inner lotus, the touchstone cannot do. The language is totally different. The life has to be totally different. If you want to learn philosophy, you can learn just by words. Verbal language is enough. But mysticism can be learned only by body language. That is why the mystery schools, they call it in Sanskrit, Gurukulam. In mystery schools, always it is recommended the disciple should stay with the master. Disciple should stay with the master throughout the day. From morning till evening, disciples are requested to stay with the master. If you want to learn something verbally, you don't need to stay. The concept of school and concept of Gurukulam is totally different. In school, you learn philosophy, you learn words from teacher. Whatever may be the teacher's character, you don't need to bother about it. Whatever way teacher may live, you don't have to worry about it. If teacher can repeat what is in the books, that is more than enough. You don't need to bother anything else about the teacher or the teacher's life. Just if he or she repeats what is in the book, over. You will learn, come away. That is why schools are always part-time. But the mystery schools, when you want to learn something mystical, mysticism, you always need to be with the master. Here, verbal language is not useful. Here, from body language you learn. It is more by his presence than by his words. It is more through communion than by communication. Communication became useless in the presence of the master. I tell you, whenever you feel you have understood something from master's words, be very clear, be sure you have misunderstood. Whenever you feel the satisfaction, oh, I am learning so much from Swamiji's discourses, be very clear you are not learning anything. Somebody asked me, Swamiji, I do not know English, can I come to your class discourses? I told him, you are the right person to come and sit there. At least you know, you don't know. People who know the language, they think they know, but they don't know. That's really, it's a pathetic condition. If you know, at least you don't know. You know you don't know. If you don't know that you don't know, you don't even know you don't know. Most of the time, if you think you are learning something from me, you are getting something by attending these discourses, be clear you miss much. The importance of being here is not to listen to my words, but to listen to my silence. Not to listen to my words. If you listen to my words, you will miss the greatest thing which you can have from me. If you have the communication, you will miss the communion. You may ask, then why I am speaking? If I don't speak, you will start speaking within yourself. That is the reason I continue to speak. But if you observe, you can see many times I will be giving unnecessary gaps. For no reason, there will be gap. Those gaps are just to create vacuum inside your mind. Your mind will be just waiting. What is the next word? What is the next word? I give just unnecessary gap. If you listen my tapes, you can understand. There will be many places unnecessarily vacuum, empty. People may think Swami is searching for words. A real orator will not give gap. According to the rules of orator, a good orator will never give you gap. But I am not here to orate something or teach you something. I am here to give you something. Teaching is different. Giving is something. Giving is different. If you know how to be aware of the gaps, silence, you will have my presence. I am here, or you are here only to have the presence, not to have communication. If I don't speak, your mind will start speaking to yourself. That is the only reason I speak. So that if I speak, at least your mind will relax. You will stop speaking. If you really stop speaking and start listening, you will start, not only you will start listening, you will see something more will be happening in you. It is the presence of the Master that is important. If you think you are learning, you are missing. If you understand, there is nothing to be learned, there is nothing to be known. If you attend 2-3 satsangs, then you will understand. I am speaking the same thing. I am telling the same thing in different words. Just I am changing the words. Just I am changing the cloth, overcoat, not even cloth, overcoat. Today one color coat, tomorrow different color coat, day after tomorrow different color coat. But the main message is the same. Of course, main message can never change. The same thing I am speaking. Why I am speaking every day? So that I can make you silent. My speaking is more or less like a technique. It is not philosophy. It is not talking. It is not teaching. Actually, I don't want to teach you anything. If we can do something to forget whatever you have learned, that is the best thing. Because in the process of learning, we have lost much. If you understand this one thing, it will be nice. Till the age of 7, children think by visualization, not by verbalization. You need to understand that visualization and verbalization. Till the age of 7, when you say something, children immediately see the scenes. They just visualize and then they process. But once you put them into the school, the visualization is reduced to verbalization. Visualization is just killed, destroyed to verbalization. The intuition is reduced to intellect. There was a great mathematician from India. If you have heard of his name, I don't know, Ramanujam. A great mathematician. In his time, nobody else could even come near him. Ordinarily, other senior mathematicians, if they take half an hour for one problem, this man, this Ramanujam, will give the solution just by a second. Tell the problem, there is a solution. Simply solution is there. But the poor man doesn't know how he arrived for solution. People used to ask him, please give me the way. He says, no, I do not know. Because I think in visualization. Just I see the problem, next vision is solution, over. The thinking is more like intuitive, not intellectual. He just sees the problem, the next slide, the solution is there. Every kid, not only Ramanujam, everybody, when we came to this earth, we had the capacity of visualization. That is why the eyes of the kids are so alive, so vibrant. If you look at the eyes of the kids, that's a great meditation. Below the age of 7, if you just look at their eyes, that's a great meditation. That is why they say the eyes are the index of the mind. Not only index of the mind, index of the being. Whatever is inside will be shown by the eyes. We never look into each other's eyes. Why? Even if somebody looks into your eyes, after a few seconds you just turn away. Because you are afraid he may find out what is inside. In the mouth, you show a big smile. But inside, you think, let me take care of you later on. Not now. Especially when somebody dies, when you go there to inquire, you can always see people have got a line of violence or vengeance inside. In their mouth they will be telling, oh, he has gone, it is too bad, I feel sorry for you. Inside, oh, he has gone, good, let him go. I was thinking how much he was troubling us. It is good that he has gone. You think one thing, you can speak one thing. In words, you can cheat. In words, we can play. We can think one thing, we can say another thing. But in eyes, you cannot play. In visualization, you cannot play. You cannot play in visualization. Your eyes will show who you are. Your eyes will clearly express what you think. That is why we never let anybody to see our eyes. If somebody looks into your eye deeply, you just turn your eyes. You can find out whether that guy speaks truth or not by looking at his eyes. If he is courageous, then he will again look at he will just gaze your eyes. If he doesn't have enough of courage, you can always see, he will turn his eyes. With kids, they just visualize, they don't verbalize. But when you put them in the school, then whole visualization capacity becomes verbalization. They are taught how to read, how to write by force. At least till the age of 7, kids should not be put in the school. Till the age of 7, they should be allowed to learn with the nature. They have their own inbuilt mechanism to learn. They learn from the trees, learn from the nature, learn from the father, learn from the mother. They have their own method to learn. If we let them learn till the age of 7, the visualization will never become verbalization. The capacity to have the intuition will be retained. But when we put them in the school, the visualization turns into verbalization. Then they start thinking in words. The mind starts working with words. With words, you take long time. With words, you take too much of time to come to any solution. That is the difference between Ramanujam and other mathematicians. Ramanujam thought in visualization. The other persons thought in verbalization. The greatness of Ramanujam is he never went to school. Actually, he had never been to pharmacology school. So that he could retain his visualization capacity, his innocence. When that visualization becomes verbalization, you can understand, instead of eyes being vibrant, tongue will become vibrant. Then visualization is turned to verbalization. It is almost like a psychological castration. I'm using a strong word, but it is truth. Psychologically, the man is castrated. The being is castrated. Because with visualization, any problem, you will have immediate solution. With verbalization, you have to go through a long process to come to a conclusion. Verbalization belongs to logic. Verbalization belongs to head. It is easy to have, but visualization is difficult to handle. A man who has got the visualizing capacity will have the tremendous freedom. He will be so ecstatic, joyful, you cannot put up with him. That is why, from the time immemorial, all the enlightened masters are poisoned, crucified, thrown, the stones are thrown, they were thrown out of the country. Start from Shankara, Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, every master. Of course, when the disciples write the history, they try to change. But if you see the truth, you cannot tolerate a more intelligent person among your society or amidst us. We feel too small in front of them. That is why we even reduce the visualization capacity of the kids to verbalization. Once they become just like us, buffaloes, we feel comfortable. Till we make them buffaloes, we don't feel comfortable. No parents feel comfortable with the energy of the kids. They roll this side, that side, do this, do that. You always feel uneasy. You try your best to control them. You try your best to suppress them. Once you make them silent, dull, dead, just like you, then you feel, now you are your son or your daughter. Visualization is reduced to verbalization. Philosophy is always oriented on verbalization. Mysticism is always oriented on visualization. That is why for meditation you need visualization. For philosophy you need verbalization. How philosophy deals your 3 layers of problems. How mysticism deals your 3 layers of problems. Physical illness. All the medicine system, healing system, born out of philosophy, treats the symptom. If you have problem in the lungs, only the lungs are attended. Only that portion is attended by some chemical or by some operation or by some injection. That portion is attended. But we forget to understand, by giving medicine only to that portion. If you have headache, you are given medicine. What happens? Headache becomes stomach pain. Then immediately some more medicine, that becomes knee pain. Then give some more medicine, that becomes psychological depression. When you attend only the symptom or partly, because according to logic, if you attend that portion, it is more than enough. According to philosophy, if you attend that portion, that's more than enough. Because philosophy continuously cuts into pieces and analyzes. So all the system born out of intellect and philosophy touches only the symptom or that portion. We forget body and mind is one system. The healing system, which are given birth by philosophy, by intellect, says body is a biomechanism. But the healing systems which are given birth by the mystics always say body is the covering or the sheath of the soul or energy. These two concepts need to be understood. When you say body is a biomechanism, you can handle the body just like a machine. If one part of the machine is disturbed, you remove that portion, replace it with the same part. That's enough. In a machine, in a lathe machine, if one screw is gone, you just replace that screw. That's enough. With machine, it is perfectly alright. When you say body is a biomechanism, biomachine, you use the same attitude. You handle the body also with the same mind, with the same way. But unfortunately, body is not a biomechanism. Body is something more. And according to the philosophical healing systems, logical healing systems, body is separate, mind is separate. Unfortunately, again, that is wrong. That is why, whenever you treat the symptom or only that portion, disease is only transferred or postponed, never cured. Whenever you take medication for symptom or only the particular disease, you can be sure the headache you will see the headache will disappear. But either today or tomorrow it is going to come as a stomach pain. The time which is taken for the headache to become stomach pain, that period only you call it as a period of health. That's all. That gap you think as a healthy time. Either today or tomorrow the process is going to happen. One more thing, a simple thing. Body continuously is circulated or flooded with the same energy. You cannot say, if you have a problem in the lungs, only lungs has got separate energy and whole other body has got separate energy. No. Even in the physical level, physical plane, you cannot say here separate blood is flowing and there everywhere else separate some other blood is flowing. No. So the medicine healing systems which are born out of intellect or the logic or the philosophy cuts and analyzes, treats only the symptom or that portion. The healing system which are born out of mysticism, especially Ayurveda and the meditation healing, they go to the root of the disease. They say there is no different names for disease. No different names for disease. Only two things, either disease or health, that's all. People come and ask me, Swamiji, what are the disease you can heal? I tell them, what do I know? I do not know anything about anatomy. I can heal the disease which you can name and diseases which you can't name. That's all, that much only I can say. Because according to me, according to the meditation healing, only two things. Low energy, high energy. Disease, health, that's all. The root is only one thing, either low energy or high energy. We do not look at the man. The mystics do not look at the man as the biomechanism. They look at him as something more than biomechanism. It is the root which needs to be healed. It is the being which needs to be healed, not the part or the symptom. If you try to cut the trees to destroy if you try to cut the branches and leaves to destroy a tree, can you successful? If you try to cut only the leaves and the branches to kill a tree, you can never be successful. Now they say if you prune a tree, it grows much better way, in a much more quick way. So by treating the symptom, by treating the outer layer, you will not be touching the disease. In the language of the mystics, they touch the root. Go to the very root of the disease. Go from where disease starts, where your being and mind is not easy with each other. The root of the disease is the uneasiness between your mind and your being. The uneasiness only creates diseaseness in you. The diseaseness only becomes disease. The healing system which are given birth by the mystics looks at the being as a whole. Whenever you are whole, you are holy. Understand this thing. Whenever you are whole, you are holy. They look at the very being, at the very root, from where the basic disease is appearing, from where the cure can happen, from where the root is coming out, from which point you can remove the very root. The approach to the body or to the human being itself is totally different from the language of mystics. That is why for any disease, the same healing. You may think how the same healing can work on any disease. Because there is no too many names. How many names you make, it is only one thing. Low energy, high energy, that's all. When the energy is attended, many people come to me for healing. They would have come to get healed some problem in the heart. But after 2-3 days they come and report to me, Swamiji, my stomach pain has disappeared. I had a tumor in the hip that has disappeared. How it is? I didn't tell you about that. I always tell them, never think disease are separate. You have 2-3 disease. Never think you have 2-3 disease. Disease means it is only one. It is only one. Low energy, that's all. The whole thing can be classified under one category, under one thing. So when you touch the root, you heal the disease. Whenever you touch the symptom or the part, you only transfer or postpone the disease. When you touch the root, only then you heal it, you cure it. So the mystics' approach towards the body has given birth to the Ayurveda and meditation healing. Whenever it is necessary, some chemicals to be supplied from outside, they give the Ayurveda medicine. Whenever it is necessary, some negativity to be removed from inside, they give the meditation. So the meditation and the medication, both are the root of holistic idea or holiness, wholeness. The mystics look at the mind, look at the man in a different way. Philosophers look at the body, look at the mind in a different way.
Anybody, not only spiritual masters, anybody who happened on this planet Earth, any intelligent man, any person with wisdom happened on this planet Earth, if you see his teachings, if you read his words, either directly or indirectly, he will be saying the same thing. Infuse consciousness into your decision-making zone. Infusing awareness into the DQ zone is the ultimate teaching. Nothing more can be said. Nothing can be removed from this one teaching. All meditation, all spirituality, all techniques, everything is nothing but this one line. Infusing awareness into your TQ zone. Over. There is a mysterious zone in which your decisions are made. If you can infuse a little bit of awareness, that's enough. You are already spiritual. You are becoming Buddha. Now, what is the way? We all know infusing awareness into your TQ zone is necessary. How to do it? How to do? A simple thing. Understand these three things. Whatever way your body moves, try to be inside your boundary. Try to be inside your boundary. Wherever you are sitting, just be inside your boundary. If you see your life, if you are in the house early morning, you are bothering about your office. If you are sitting in the office, you are bothering about the evening beach. If you are sitting in the beach, again you are thinking, when will I go back to house? One thing is sure, if you are here, you are not here. If you are here, you are not here. That has become a mental setup. So understand this first key. Just be where you are. Just be where you are. If you are here, please be here. That's the first key. Next thing, infuse awareness into your inhaling and exhaling as much as possible. Whenever you are sitting, relaxing, watching TV or driving, whatever you are doing, one thing is sure, you are breathing. Whatever you are doing, we are sure you are breathing. Why don't you infuse a little bit of awareness into your breathing? Why can't you infuse a little bit of awareness into your breathing? Whenever you remember, try to infuse awareness into your inhaling and exhaling. Third thing, bring awareness into the words which you are using with yourself. Try to bring awareness with words which you are using with yourself. Continuously you are using words towards yourself, what I call monologue. What I call monologue. Try to bring a little bit of awareness into your monologue. Bring awareness to your inhaling and exhaling. Bring awareness to your monologue and live inside your boundary. Here ends your body and here the universe starts. Please live inside your boundary. If you can live inside your boundary, you will be liberated. Understand, life is paradox. If you live inside your boundary, you will be liberated from the boundary consciousness. The moment you start living inside your boundary, you are Jivan Mukta. Please understand, Jivan Mukta does not mean, Jivan Mukta means in Sanskrit, we call a person who is liberated when he is living. A person who achieved the spiritual freedom when he is living in the body is called Jivan Mukta in Sanskrit. Liberated means, don't think you will have some special powers. Of course, special powers come when you are liberated, that is different. But liberated means the person who is living inside his boundary. If you start living inside your boundary and infuse a little bit of awareness to your inhaling and exhaling, whenever you remember, bring awareness to your monologue, inner chattering. Don't create guilt. If you forget for a few moments, don't bother. If you create guilt, again you will be creating conflict between buddhi and ego. No. Don't create conflict between TP and TQ. Don't create guilt. Whenever you remember, just infuse awareness to your inner chattering, to your inhaling and exhaling. onto your body language. Just be aware, be conscious of your body language, how you are holding yourself, how your body is moving, how you are living inside your being, and just be inside your boundary. So these three simple keys can completely liberate you from subconsciousness. It can transform your subconsciousness to superconsciousness. Now I will spend some time with your questions. Any question or discussion are welcome. Any comment. If you are not able to accept any of these words, you are welcome to open. Because whatever I say will be only in the head level. Only when you analyze with question answer and doubts, it can become, you can internalize it. It can become your treasure. Yes, please welcome. Sorry, I'm not really loud.
Is there a way to recognize a person who is super conscious?
He will be simply blissful. The person who is super conscious simply will be blissful. And one more thing, the question itself will disappear. I tell you, if you go and sit in front of a man who is super conscious, simply the question will disappear whether he is super conscious or not. You try your best to doubt him. Simply the root of the doubt will be shaken. The root of the doubt is logic. That will be slowly start slipping. Even without your awareness, without even your awareness, simply the pillars which holds your logic will fall. People ask me, Swamiji, should I accept you as a guru? I tell them, never do that mistake. You can't forget me. You will not be able to forget me. Simply I will be there in your thoughts, in your dreams, in your sleep. Then I am your guru. If that does not happen, please simply forget me and carry your life. Then there is something wrong with me, not with you. So if you are sitting in the presence of a superconscious being, if you see somebody who is superconscious, simply slowly this question itself will start melting. You try your best to doubt. I don't think he is superconscious. Let us see. Try your best to create more and more doubts. Simply the doubts will wither away. The doubts will not stand. That is the only technique. Nothing else can be done. Where your mind loses its control over your decisions. You will be just beyond your mind, beyond your logic, beyond your doubt. The conclusion will happen inside your system, inside your being. Then you can is superconscious. There is no other technique, no other scale, no other method, no other missionaries are invented to find the superconscious level. It's nothing but too much of TP and no TQ. You can help them, especially with the pain. I'll give you a simple technique. I've spoken about this, the discourse called pain to bliss. I'll give you a simple technique. How to infuse awareness into the places where you have pain or into your pains. Whether it is physical or emotional. Both can be healed when you infuse awareness. For example, you have a knee pain. Just relax and start searching in the zone where you have pain. Naturally, around this knee area, you will start feeling that pain. You will feel that pain. Now, drop the word pain. If you see your inner chattering, continuously in your monologue, in your inner chattering, you will be repeating the word pain, 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 without your awareness. Be little aware and drop that word and see what is happening in that area. See, a small child, if the kid sees something new, how he will look? With all curiosity, with all excitement, how he will look? Same way, look at the area where you have pain with all curiosity, without labeling it as a pain. Without using, first thing, drop the word pain. Don't use the word pain. Just see what's happening there. Some new feeling is there. What is that new feeling? Just see. And slowly you will see the area in which you felt the pain. Instead of the whole knee, it will slowly start shrinking. And instead of one small patch, it will come to one point. Suddenly you will see the whole pain disappears. Understand, I am not proposing a theory. I worked at least 10,000 people with this technique and it works. I worked with cancer patients. I worked with acute arthritis, the spondylitis, people who have got pain all over the body. Even with these patients, I work with this technique. It works miracles. And apart from me working, many of our disciple doctors, they work with this technique. They vouch for this technique. They give testimonial for this technique. Simple technique, infusing awareness into your boundary and your inner chattering. When you infuse awareness to your inner chattering, the word pain, just remove that word. It can be dropped. You will not be repeating it subconsciously, intensely and continuously. You will drop, please drop that word pain. That's the first thing. Means infusing consciousness to your inner chattering. Next thing, infuse awareness to your boundary. Live inside your boundary. Infuse awareness to the boundary where you have pain. And the third thing, you can do this also. Infusing awareness to your inhaling and exhaling at the time of meditation. These three things, if you can do, miracles happen. People come out of the physical pain and the sufferings. Now I will give you a small tips about this emotional pain. Again, infuse awareness to your inhaling and exhaling. All emotional pain is nothing but your inner chattering without awareness. Your monologue without awareness only leads to all emotional pain. If you can just infuse little bit of awareness and edit continuously your inner chattering. Actually, we don't do censor. That is the problem. We don't censor our inner chattering. We just release the whole thing. For example, if the whole movie is released as it is from the studio without editing, will anybody see? They have done shooting. The whole shooting is just released without editing. The same thing we are doing in our life. Whatever happens, we don't put enough awareness, time, consciousness, energy to do the editing process. That is why our life is a mess. If you just release a movie without editing, it will be just a mess. Same way, if you releasing your inner chattering is what is living. If you start living without editing your inner chattering, you will make your whole life as a mess. So just infuse little bit of awareness. Whenever you are in emotional pain, psychological pain, sit with yourself and start seeing your inner chattering, monologue. You will see that simple awareness itself heals you. It's a beautiful story. Not even a story, it's a real incident. One great king went to Buddha. He was sitting in front of a Buddha and he was simply shaking the legs like this, unconsciously. Suddenly Buddha looked at started staring the legs. The moment the Buddha gazed, the Buddha was staring, the Buddha started staring, king simply stopped the shaking. Automatically stopped the shaking. King asked Buddha, how can I stop my mind? Buddha said, the same technique. The moment you became aware, you stopped shaking. The shaking of the legs stopped. The moment you became aware, same way, the moment you became aware of your mind, it stops. The moment you become aware of your emotional pain, psychological suffering, it just gets healed. All you need is infusing awareness. As long as you are unaware, you are in subconscious level, you will have physical and psychological pains. The moment you infuse awareness, physical and psychological, both pains simply disappear, dissolve. You are not even solving, you are just dissolving. One request, before trying these techniques, please don't decide it will not work. That's my simple request. You see, when you come here, I don't demand faith. I don't say believe in me. I don't ask faith as a prerequisite. No. I don't ask believe in me. Same way, don't have negative faith. I neither ask you to have faith nor doubt. Don't have faith. And there is no need to have doubt. Just have a simple curiosity to try. Just like a scientist. You see, a real spirit of the science is trying to analyze, trying to work, trying to explore. Any hypothesis can be proposed. They will try to explore. The curiosity or the capacity or the energy to explore is what I need when you work with these techniques. Spirituality also needs the same spirit. Same spirit which a real scientist has got. A real scientist will always be curious, will always be enthusiastic to explore different things, to work. Same way, just have that much of energy or courage to explore. Then you will see miracles will be happening in your being. You will be simply transformed. When you listen the techniques, it looks so simple. You think, no, this all will not work. Or if you feel it is too complicated, then you think, oh, it is too complicated, it will not work. So both the way, you come to conclusion before practicing. Please don't.
Swami, recently I did the mantra during meditation. A lot of thoughts are coming. How can I stop not coming?
What you are doing some mantra?
Yeah, I'm doing meditation. So when I'm doing
Meditation of which mantra? Which meditation technique?
I do mantra from Amaji.
Do mantra from?
Amaji.
Oh, I think, sorry.
A lot of thoughts are
No,
coming when I'm doing
ma. Any technique which is taken from some master, you should ask the advice, suggestion also from that same master. Because she wants you to grow in a particular way. So that is why she gave you some particular technique. It's a technique. When I give you some suggestion, naturally there is a possibility of disturbing you.
So how can I stop?
So I don't know, ma, what I am saying. I should not give any suggestion. Suggestion or advice should be given only by that person. Because only she knows how much you have grown. You understand? See, now I can give you, I can simply give you some suggestion. But naturally, I do not know how much it will help you. Because only the person who designed the technique, you see, only the Ford company can release spare parts for Ford cars. Only the person who launched the product can release the spare parts also. Only he knows the repairing and maintenance methods. Same way, she gave you the technique. Now only she can give you the solution. And one more thing, you must follow only her solution. You should not, I request, don't follow my solution. Because my solutions are given to the people who are practicing my techniques. That's a understanding. Yes. Yes.
You have used two words to be infused in the PQ zone. Consciousness and spirit.
Please little more wide.
What is the difference? How do
sorry.
I know? How does one know?
Sorry that I'm not able to hear because of the sound.
You use two words
Yes.
relating to infusion in the TQ zone, consciousness and spirit. What is the difference and how does one know which one is, what one is doing?
When you are working, it is called consciousness. When you are achieved, it is called spirit. That's all. When you are working, when you are trying to infuse consciousness, along with your consciousness, naturally few thoughts will be there. In the working time, it is called consciousness. When you are achieved, it is called spirit. It's like let me give you this small example. Consciousness is like a 18 karat gold. Spirit is like a 24 karat gold. That's all. And if you don't have any doubt, you can be sure you achieved the spirit. The work is over. If you are having doubts, but still you are working, then it is consciousness. That's all. Consciousness is the path. Spirit is the realization. We can say the superconscious can be called as spirit. Consciousness is like you are working. You are trying to move on the path. That's all. Yes. Give that mic.
I used to practice Vipassana meditation for a long time, and then you become very calm and blissful. And then I stopped, unfortunately, for some time. And then when I started again now, there's so many dark and sort of very depressed feel for some time. And I'm not able to get over that hump.
That's a nice question. Actually, if you have suppressed a lot of emotions, and do Vipassana, you will have this feeling. Whatever you have suppressed, your suppression, depression, everything will come up. The best way, before doing this technique, start doing some catharsis. Either do some loud, the Glaslolia, which we call Manipura meditation. Glaslolia means just shouting in the language which you don't know. For 5 minutes, just start screaming. You may feel funny, but when you do it, you will understand all your suppressed emotions will be simply cleansed. I always make people to do this technique in my meditation camp. In our meditation camp, the first we do is catharsis. Throw away whatever you have. See, once all the garbages are taken out, simply meditation happens to you. I will not force sanity upon you. Once the insanity is pulled out, sanity happens to you. Simply the sanity blossoms in you. Simply it happens. So before doing the Vipassana, for a few minutes,